Chapter 18, The Demon of Truth. The crack of light closed behind him, and for the first time since the crash, Deagan felt something close to wait. The new realm was not black, not white, not a void. It was blindingly bright, a horizonless expanse of pale gold light that shimmered like water. The ground felt solid beneath his feet, but it reflected nothing. No shadows, no texture, just endless radiance. The air was heavy, thick, pressing against him from all sides as if the light itself were alive. His chains hung limp, barely glowing, their fire reduced to faint embers. His own form was fragile, the cracks across his body spreading slowly, pieces of him flacking off like ash. For the first time in countless battles, he felt small. A voice rose from the light, soft yet so loud it rattled what remained of his bones. You have killed demons, broken death, shattered the void, but strength means nothing here. The ground rippled like liquid gold. Shapes formed in the distance, mirrors, countless mirrors rising from the glowing floor, forming a labyrinth that stretched into infinity. Each one reflected Deagan, but not as he was now. They showed him as he had been. The man on the motorcycle, the addict at the party, the son who failed his mother, the lover who left Mara crying. He stepped forward and the mirrors whispered, their voices his own, overlapping, haunting. You should have died in the crash. You should have stayed down. You've burned everything that made you human. What's left to fight for? He walked through them, silent, each step leaving faint cracks in the glowing floor. The voice in the light deepened, taking on weight like gravity. You have fought everything except yourself. I am truth. I do not attack, I reveal. One mirror grew larger than the rest, towering over him. It showed the hospital room. His body lay on the bed, tubes and machines keeping him alive. His face was pale, almost lifeless. Mara sat beside him, holding his hand, tears streaming. His mother was there too, her face lined with exhaustion and pain. Deagan's chest tightened. For the first time in what felt like forever, he felt something sharp inside him, guilt. The voice of truth whispered, You are not in hell, Deagan. You are not a storm. You are a man in a coma. All of this, every demon, every battle, was your mind trying to wake up. And now, there is nothing left to wake up to. The mirrors shattered, and he was standing in his hospital room. Mara's voice broke through, soft and trembling. Come back to me, please. Just wake up. His mother wept quietly, holding his limp hand. Deagan reached out, but his fingers passed through them like smoke. Truth's voice rose again. You can wake, but you will wake broken, human, weak, or you can stay here as what you have become. You cannot have both. The ground cracked beneath him. The mirrors turned into thousands of versions of himself, surrounding him. Some begged to wake up. Some screamed to stay. Some knelt silent, defeated. For the first time since he began, Deagan felt conflicted. The voice of truth spoke one final time, deep and resonant. Choose, Deagan, be the man who suffers or the thing that never ends. The chains at his side stirred, glowing faintly. His cracks flared with white fire. His eyes burned, not with rage or fear, but with decision. The hospital room warped, twisting like melting glass. The bed, the monitors, Mara and his mother, dissolved into streams of light that reassembled into a blinding figure towering above him. The demon of truth emerged, not with the rage of the other demons, but with a stillness that was more terrifying than any roar. Its form was humanoid yet impossible to define. Its body was made of light so intense it burned to look at, its face shifting constantly between every version of Deagan that had ever existed. When it spoke, its voice wasn't sound. It was the weight of reality pressing directly on his soul. You are not a storm. You are not a god. You are a broken man who is afraid to wake up. Deagan clenched his fists, the cracks in his body glowing faintly, but his voice was steady. I'm not afraid. The light figure tilted its head. Then why do you cling to this power? You burn because you fear returning to weakness. You kill because you fear being human. The golden floor cracked. Hundreds of images burst around him, showing every moment he had failed. Leaving Mara crying alone. His mother begging him to stop destroying himself. Riker dying with no one to save him. The crash, the blood, the lights fading. The figure raised one hand, and the images swirled faster, surrounding him like a storm of memories. This is what you are running from. You became a monster to avoid the man you were. Deagan's chains flared weakly, but for the first time they trembled. The voice of truth pushed harder, each word like a hammer against his will. If you wake, you will suffer. If you stay, you will be lost forever. There is no victory here. The light figure stepped closer, towering over him. Choose, be the man who hurts, or the thing that feels nothing. For the first time, he hesitated. The ground gave way beneath him, and he fell into a storm of mirrors. Each one reflected a different Deagan. The man waking in the hospital, broken but alive. The man waking in the hospital, broken but alive. The storm of chains, burning through eternity. A hollow shell, walking hell forever. A boy crying in the dark, begging for someone to save him. The mirrors shattered, and the pieces stabbed into him, cutting not his body but his identity. The figure of truth split into countless copies, each one a different version of him. They attacked, not with claws or weapons, but with memories. Every strike was a moment of guilt, of pain, of regret, piercing him like knives. He staggered, the chains dimming. His knees buckled as the voices tore at him. You killed everyone who loved you. You don't deserve to wake up. You're nothing but a storm of destruction. The golden realm began to collapse, the light burning holes through reality. Truth's voice echoed from everywhere, resonant and final. Choose Deagan, wake as a man or stay as a monster. The chains burned faintly, almost flickering out. His body was cracking apart faster, glowing pieces falling away into the light. For a moment he felt himself slipping, his resolve fracturing. Maybe they're right, maybe I don't deserve to wake up. But then beneath all the voices, all the pain, he remembered why he had fought. Not to be a hero, not to be saved, not to be forgiven. Because he refuses to stop. His eyes blazed white, cutting through the golden storm. His voice rose, breaking the silence. I'm not choosing, I'm taking both. The chains exploded with light, wrapping around him, burning brighter than the golden realm. The copies of him shattered, their voices silenced. The demon of truth recoiled, its form cracking. Deagan stepped forward, every piece of him burning but unbroken. You wanted me to pick man or monster. I'll be both. I'll wake and I'll still be this. You can't stop me. Truth screamed, its body fracturing into a storm of golden shards. That is impossible. Deagan's voice cut through the scream, cold and final. Watch me. The chains lashed out, piercing the core of the light figure. The white fire spread, consuming the golden realm, tearing the demon apart from within. The figure's voice cracked, fading. You cannot be both. Its body imploded, the golden world collapsing into blinding white. The golden world shattered like glass, each fragment spinning into the void. For a moment there was nothing but white light stretching forever. Deagan stood at its center, chains coiling around him, their glow steady. Then the light trembled. From the fragments rose the true form of the demon of truth. It no longer looked like him. It no longer looked like anything human. The pieces of shattered mirrors and gold fused into a towering, shifting being, its body an endless surface of reflective glass, each panel showing a different memory, a different possible Deagan. Some mirrors showed him as a savior, others as a killer, others as a lifeless corpse. Its voice came from every reflection at once, overwhelming, echoing through him. You defy reality. You defy identity. You cannot exist if you are both. The ground cracked into pieces, floating in a white void. The sky above bent inward, mirrors forming an infinite dome around him. Each mirror spat out copies of Deagan, one carrying the softness of who he was, another carrying the cruelty of what he had become. They attacked him simultaneously, one trying to embrace, the other trying to kill. Deagan roared, swinging his chains, cutting them down. But every strike shattered more mirrors, and from every broken mirror 2 more versions crawled out. They clawed at him, screaming, begging, blaming. Be the man who wakes up. No, stay the monster, rule hell. You can't be both. You're nothing. The voices pierced his head, pounding like hammers. His knees buckled under the mental weight. The mirrors closed in, the light growing blinding. The demon's towering body reached down, its endless reflections showing him dying over and over. You will choose, or I will unmake you. The chains dimmed, his cracks widening. The images burned through his mind. Mara's face, his mother's tears, the white fire burning everything he touched. The voices rose to a deafening pitch. And in the center of it, his voice, calm, cutting through all of it. I've already chosen. The chains burst into a blinding explosion of light, brighter than the mirrors, brighter than the demon itself. The storm of reflections froze mid-motion, the voices silenced. The light didn't burn warm, it burned cold, a fire of pure will. The cracks across his body fused, not healing but solidifying into something unbreakable. His form stabilized, glowing with both the faint softness of humanity and the harsh fire of the storm. The demon of truth roared, its endless mirrors cracking. Impossible. Deagan's voice echoed, no longer man, no longer monster, but something beyond. You wanted to show me who I am, here it is. He swung the chains. They shattered every reflection they touched, consuming the fake Deagans in white fire. The chains coiled around the demon's massive body, digging into the endless mirrors, spreading cracks like a spiderweb. The demon tried to reform, but every piece it lost was consumed by the fire. Its voice screamed, splitting into countless tones. If you are both, then you are nothing. Deagan pulled the chains tight, dragging the demon toward him. I am nothing, and I'm everything you fear. The chains ignited, exploding with light, crushing the demon's core. The mirrors imploded, the demon's body fracturing into countless shards that dissolved into dust. The blinding white faded to stillness. The mirrors were gone, the golden world was gone. Only a calm, dim space remained, neither void nor light. Deagan stood alone, his chains glowing faint but steady. His form was no longer cracked, it was whole, but no longer human. His eyes burned with the cold fire of both storm and man. The cloaked figure stepped from the shadows, trembling. For the first time, it knelt. You survived truth. You are no longer Deagan. You are no longer storm. You are something new. Deagan looked at it, voice low but absolute. I'm done surviving. I'm going to end this. The figure's voice trembled as a dark portal opened ahead. Beyond lies the gate. Beyond it, the master who forged all this. If you go, there is no return. Deagan stepped toward the gate without hesitation. Then let's finish it. The portal swallowed him. The space fell silent,